Hey you, happy Senses Sunday. My name is Nicole Severson and I am hopping on today to talk about how trauma can affect your ability to surrender and trust in your truth. So this can be, when I say in your truth, this can be in your sense of connection to God, to source, to universe, to love, to whatever that is for you. And I want to speak about this because I had a huge aha over this last weekend that I've been kind of dancing around for the last, 15 years, but it really landed for me this weekend around how traumatic experiences that I've had actually were when I became extremely angry at God for the situation that I was put in or for the situation that happened. And for a very long time, I think God is still a trigger word for me. When people are like, God, 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 I'm like, and I do prefer source or universe because I grew up with a very religious grandmother who loved Jesus. And there are parts of me that when people use the word God, I kind of still have to catch myself, kind of feeling myself just like, oh, that word. But I do prefer universe or source or love, but if you find yourself to be in the same boat with the God thing, this is a video for you. So I found that surrendering my sense of control is very hard, and it's something that I am becoming more and more aware of where I do it in my life. It has greatly affected relationships of mine in the past, and little to my knowledge, I was doing it from a place of PTSD or trauma that was unhealed. And it was me trying to control my surroundings to feel a sense of safety or control in the situation that I was in, when in reality, there is no such thing. And my curiosity around this for you today is, where are you doing this? Because I know that most of you watching this channel have experienced some kind of trauma, and most of you have some kind of control pattern, whether it's in relationships, whether it's with money, whether it's with trying to figure out everything on your own and not having the ability to really tap into your source, your God, your universe, your love, for the intuition, for the guidance, for that surrendering that has to happen for you to be in true alignment and flow in your own life. This was a huge uncovering for me this last weekend. It's something that my coaches have been kind of like chipping away at with me for the last year around my ability to fully surrender into my own process. So letting go of my timeline around how things show up in my life, and trying to have a sense of control or figuring out or fixing, which is all mental, it's all ego, and really leaning back into myself and into asking for help in myself and with myself and to the universe to have some divine guidance or a miracle around my own connection with my source and healing that, because there were things that happened in the past to me that I couldn't understand, I was angry at, I was resentful about, and it's in seeing how each and every one of these things happened for me and not to me, to be exactly where I'm at today. That is a sense of surrender for me. That is the you can't make this shit up, right? So there are things that have guided me to where I'm at today that at the time I didn't understand it, and I fought against it, and it was stressful, and it gave me gray hair and it made me go broke, and like all these different things where I was just like clawing to get the control back in myself, when really it was the letting go process and the trusting that I was being guided and directed in a way that I can't make up and or do myself. And I am sharing this with you today because, as always, I share my journey of where I'm at right now with you. And I want to share this because I want you to get really curious around, where are you trying to control everyone, everything, all the things in your life, and where can you start surrendering and reconnecting to your connection to divine guidance. So whether this is Jesus or the Buddha or certain religions that you are, or God or universe or love, whatever it is for you, how can you start turning to that every day for where to be guided to? This isn't just lollygagging and not making decisions or having thoughts or opinions, because you're gonna have those. This is really about getting aligned with your truth, and it really helps to heal the past as well. So if you have questions on this, I want you to leave some comments below or to contact me. And I want to encourage you to take 5 minutes every morning to sit in silence. And you can do this at night as well if you want to do it twice a day and be an A++ student. But to take 5 minutes a day to just sit with yourself in silence and ask, and more of a meditation and more of a receiving than a prayer, because prayer is more active, but to sit in a receiving or allowing of, how can I connect with you? If you have a really haven't talked to your source in a while, to ask, how can I heal this with you? How can I connect with you? And how can I start to listen to you more? And just wait for answers. You can use breath attention, where you're just literally, you can sit with your palms up and sit with your breath. You can ask the question and then let it come in through receiving. So prayer is very active. You're asking for things, but this is going to be more receptive. So you can start to say, how can I connect? And wait for answers to come through. You might have some tears that happen. You might have some major healings or awarenesses. And that's what I'd like to invite in for you after you watch this, and once you try this, to allow yourself to start to heal the connection to your source. Because without that, you're going to be in the rat race. You're going to be in the PTSD. You're going to be in the control crazy. You've seen the moms out there that are just crazy, trying to control their kids, and they don't have a community that can support them. They don't necessarily feel like they have any control over their life, and they're just living day to day, herding cats, basically. And so this is an invitation for you to come back home. Because when you come back home and you are internally seeking and trusting your source and your guidance, you're not going to look for it in other people. This will help you heal codependency with others. This will help you get a sense of calm from the chaos. This will help you to heal any past hurts or traumas around things that just do not make sense to you of why they happen. And if you have questions on this, I want to hear them, post them below. And if you try this on for a week or so and see how it goes, I'd love to hear about that too. So post those below as well. All right, loves, I will see you next week. Happy Census Sunday. And I'm so excited to hear about how your inner connection and healing goes. See you soon. Bye.